Well, this is the second or maybe third in my series of upgrading my Rega P1 or planar one. So in the past I've changed the cartridge from a Rega carbon to Elise, and this time what I've done is I've changed this. This is the standard, I think it's phenolic resin platter for this, and this is the 12mm platter that you get in my Rega P324. And the first thing you notice is, this is about, feels about 4 or 5 times as heavy as that. So practically, can you do it? Well, it's quite easy. You just take this one off, plonk this one on, and I've used my little cartridge or platter height detector, and they're exactly the same. So there's you can just take one off and put one on, and the height and everything will be the same. So the next thing I did was I took at my RPM app on my phone, and I compared these two to see if there's any difference, and hopefully the results will be coming up now. Right, so there you go. You can see it's not a huge difference, but what the difference there was in favour of the glass platter, and that the speed was a bit slower and more closer to the 33 1/3, but also the wow was decreased, and maybe you'll expect that because this is a heavier platter, so you get the kind of the flywheel effect. So maybe expect it to be a bit slower and more stable. So then I listened to some records with it, and what I thought I'd do was, there's no point listening to sort of highfalutin stuff. I listened to it, with some sort of standard equipment. So I used my trusty AKG 701, Q701 headphones with my NAD C160 preamplifier using the headphone out. And I'll tell you how it went. Well, one of the records I listened to was this, the Beatles' Yellow Submarine album. And if I can give you some examples of this, the thing I noticed most with the glass platter as opposed to the phenolic resin platter was that the treble was much more prominent with the glass platter. And in fact, I thought the phenolic resin platter seemed a bit dull when you compared the two. The other thing I noticed was that the transients seem to be better with the glass platter. Things seem to be more snappy. So for example, on the first track here on side 2, there's Baby You're a Rich Man, and that's got a lot of claps in it, and the claps are more sharp, I thought, and snappy. So overall I felt that I definitely preferred the glass platter to the phenolic resin. Now, you can see me buy a glass platter from Rega, but I think you'd probably better get off eBay if you want to go down this route, and maybe go for a broken Rega P324 or something like that, which you might be able to get, without an arm, which you might be able to get. In terms of cost, maybe about 50 quid maybe, and certainly if you only had 50 quid to improve your P1, this wouldn't be the first change I'd make. The first change I'd make would be to change the cartridge. But having done that, now I've listened to this, I've come to the conclusion that the glass platter does have definite sonic benefits over the standard phenolic resin one, and it is an upgrade that I would think would be worth doing. I hope that's been of help to you. What have I got coming up? Well, I think I've got some Amstrad amplifier to listen to. So if you're interested in those, please subscribe. Otherwise, thanks for watching.